G'day, welcome back to another episode of TOGL. Well, can you believe we are 48 hours away from summer and we still haven't even had a spring yet. It's still wet, it's still cold. I just don't know when this warmer weather's going to get here. Anyway, we're doing what we can. So yesterday, in amongst the rain, showers and extreme wind and whatnot, I managed to get the majority of this wall behind me done, and then my good mate Tim came down and helped me get the last few panels on right towards the end of the day. Anyway, our goal for today, because Tim's coming back to help me today, we're going to get stuck right into it. So our goal for today is to get the two top walls sorted out. We've got a pretty good process set up at the moment now with knowing exactly what length of paper to cut, cutting the paper, marking the sheets before we put the sheets up, so like taking the measurements of where the screws need to go, putting little marks on there, so that way once I put that sheet up I've already got marks I can just put straight in. That worked really well for this wall behind me, got beautiful straight lines of screws. So yeah, looking forward to, hopefully if the weather holds, we will get this done. I'll film what I can in amongst the weather and whatnot, and yeah, it'll be great to actually have this a lot more waterproof. Now that I've got the windows in there, I don't want water getting in onto the slab. Once again, we are racing the weather, so we're not filming much. So we're getting the roofing on. Basically, Mitch will throw that line over in a second. Just like that, good shot. And then I'm going to pull that roll over while it unravels. Once I get that rolled over, and then I just cut it off, tape it with a couple of bits of tape. That holds it long enough for us to get the tin on. Mitch passes up 3 sheets of tin. We're doing 2 sheets of paper. That is pretty much the same as 3 sheets of tin. He passes it up and we'll get it screwed down. Okay, 3 sheets up, ready. 3 sheets to the wind, not quite. So this is how we are getting everything. Took us for you guys to work out how to get the edges all straight. We need an overhang of, we're doing an overhang of 70 to account for the tin as well. So we cut this jig. So that goes against there, goes against the bottom girt, the bottom girt, and then the tin slides down to that notch, and we know if we do that, we are accurate every single time. Sorry about the shaking, I'm trying to hold everything at once. Okay. Well, we successfully finished putting the corrugated iron on. Now Mitch is just going over to grab the flashing, and we'll bring the flashing up and we'll get the flashing on. Well, there we are. It's been another very long day. My legs are certainly feeling it, up and down the ladder, up and down the scaffold, walking on the angle of the roof, and I'm pretty sure Mitch is buggered too. But we now have the top roof on, so now that's the roofing done. So the next stage will be to get the side walls, get the tin on all of the walls there, but it's fantastic to have that roof on. Very, very happy with that. And a huge thanks to Mitch for helping out too. Now, before we put the wall up here, we need to put some flashing down the bottom. So I'm just going to show you how we're getting that put in. There's 4 lengths, which will do the entire strip here. So I'm just going to sit the camera down here, and hopefully you'll be able to see okay what's going on. There we go. First one on. So the whole idea of this is that the wall sheet will come down in front of that, water will run down, hit that, run off to this far, down over to here and then down the roof. Now the reason I put the foam in, I just wanted that extra little bit of protection because the winds are strong. I didn't want the wind blowing the water up in underneath and getting inside the house, so I just ran a line of foam and I think that'll help. Well, now that we've got the flashing done, we need to put this blue paper down and then tin. So we're just gonna, I'll set up the camera back here a little bit. There's not a lot of places I can position this, and you'll see what we're doing.
Oh, it's awesome, man. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, really? That's good. Yeah, you want good?
Yep, right there.
Nice and, you know.
Yep.
What's that? Jason, you got the tape?
Yep.
I think we put the tape on it. Okay.
Well, the rain's beaten us. We've got that half done, as well as that flashing on both sides, but it's only a very light drizzly rain, but it's making it really slippery. It's just too dangerous to be up there. So we've got half done. We're going to call it for the afternoon and we'll get stuck back into it tomorrow. Well, I didn't get much filming done. Well, I didn't do any filming yesterday, to be honest. Tim came down later in the afternoon. I had some seminars to go to during the day for our local RSL, so the day was pretty much right off. It was probably one of the best days we've had weather-wise in ages, unfortunately. But later that afternoon, Tim did pop up and we managed to get the remainder of the top wall over the other side done, and we got all of this top wall done as well. So that was a really good effort that we managed to get all that done. Once we got our rhythm going, yeah, we were just smacking it up really fast, getting all those sheets up. So that was really good. We literally worked right through until dark, which was probably around about 8 p.m. and we managed to get that all up. So that's really good. This side is now all weathered in, which is great. The wind and the rain predominantly either goes in that direction or it comes in this direction. And it's not why we put the house that way. We put the house that way because that's north and that's where the sun is. So that's why we've got the house along that direction. But yeah, the wind will always come from the north or the south, and that's where the rain will come in. So that's why these sides were the priority, not so much the ends. As you can see through the bottom there though, I haven't finished the bottom wall over on the other side, and that's what I'm going to get done today. So in slow time, I'll just take you through a little bit more detail of how I'm putting all these sheets up. Once that's done, then I will start working on this end, and I will do like 95% of that end. I'll just leave one sheet off down that far end, and that'll be so that I can run power cords through, and I've got a shortcut access straight through into the little shack that's right here, because that's where my power is, my tools and everything are. So I'll get that end sort of all closed off as well. Whether that happens today or not, no idea. It's all weather dependent. We're not supposed to get the rain until later this evening, but as you can see out there, it is already building. It's a little bit of sun, but yeah, we've already had one light shower today. We'll just see what happens. So just try and fit it in between the gaps in the weather, and yeah, wondering where the hell summer is. So just to reiterate, this silver paper, it's silver on one side, blue on the other. The silver always goes in to the inside. It is, it's called sarking. This one's by a Medellin. It's called Silver Sark, heavy duty. No sponsorship there, of course. I just went down to Bunnings and bought it. And it's called reflective roof and wall insulation. So it's a class 2 vapor barrier, air and water barrier. So yeah, I think it just helps with, especially on the ceiling, you will get condensation on the underneath of tin, and so it'll go onto the paper and run off, and it is some insulation. Helps with the wind as well, so every little bit helps. So I'm just going to cut this to size. So what I've done is I measure from the top to the bottom. I know what that length needs to be, and then I can just stretch out the roll, cut off all the pieces, get them to length, and then I just tape one on, put a sheet of tin on, tape another one on. I might get 1 or 2 sheets of tin because this is a lot wider than the tin is. So until I've got it all done. So yeah, we'll get that done and we'll finish this lower wall. So I found the simplest way of making sure that of getting lots of consistent cuts. What I did was, so I've measured out there 2550 mil, so 2550 mil. Okay, let's double check both sides. There we go. On this side. Okay, so now all I need to do is, oh, where's my Stanley knife gone? There. Okay, so then I just pop this and line it up on the edge of the concrete like that. Roll that out. It also helps me make sure that I'm cutting this square, because I can see there I'm touching on that side but not over there. If I come across a bit, now I'm touching evenly, which means I'm now square. And then all I've got to do, and there's one of my sheets. I'll just do a few more of these and we'll go and stick them up. Alright, so now that we've got a few sheets stuck up, I can do a few sheets because at the moment it's not overly windy, but when we're fighting the wind it really is a struggle. It's just one sheet with 2 people to try and hold it up and get the tin up to it. So let me grab some tin. Now when I get a sheet, I have to make sure I know which side is the male and female side. There is a difference, I'll explain that in a minute. For now though, that far side is the female side, which means that's going to be my top, that's going to be my bottom of the sheet. Now what I do to keep everything nice and straight is I've actually come up, I'm just marking where the screws need to go on each sheet. It takes a little bit of time, but I end up with beautiful nice straight lines of the screws, and I don't miss the purlin, the girt. So all I need to do, I've got my measurements there, so 115 up from the bottom. That's where the first one is. We're just doing a tiny little dot, and that's where the screw goes anyway, so it doesn't even leave any marks on the tin. The next one's 915. 915. Okay, 1710. And the last one being 2510. Always easier with two people to do this one, but sometimes you don't have two people, so you've just got to make it work. Right, 2510. 2510. Now it's very important to read your instructions. Make sure you're marking these sheets exactly where the screw holes need to go. Because I've just realised I've put the holes all on the wrong side. Damn it! Okay, yeah. So I was just putting the marks in against this edge here, and it's actually supposed to be in against that edge there. The reason being, as I said, the female edge will go over the male edge. This is the female edge. When it goes over, I need a screw right here which holds both sheets down. So that's the side I'm supposed to be screwing on. So I just marked these wrong. Always good to pay attention and double check everything. So best I mark them again on the correct side. What a bugger, hey? But, you know, I make these sorts of mistakes. The other mistake with reading the instructions too, I don't know if anyone really picked up, I'm going to admit it. You would have seen on those sheets up there, the blue sheets, you might have seen there was already some holes in there. And that's because when I first screwed up, they were the first few sheets I screwed up. When I first screwed them up, I hadn't read the instructions. Well, I had read the instructions, but I'd forgot. It had been a few weeks. When it came to putting these on, instead of going back and checking the instructions, I just went, oh yeah, well, I don't know, I guess I'll probably just screw right in the middle. So I screwed in the middle of each sheet like that. Big no-no. So those 3 sheets that I did, they're not going to be good to be used there. Now the good thing is, the company provided me with enough sheeting to completely clad the shed, not counting for windows. Now we're going to have a big 3-panel glass sliding door, as well as other doors and windows and all sorts of stuff. So those 3 sheets, I won't need to use them. For now, I'm going to put them up where the 3-panel glass door would be, because then when I take them off to put the door in, I'll just put them to the side. So yeah, got to read your instructions. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing with your sheets, especially before you go too far. Thankfully, I stopped at the 3 sheets. Alrighty, let's do this again. 115. So this is what I mean about the tin having a male and female edge. So you can see here, that edge is just, it's like straight, like I know it's straight, but like it just comes straight off like that. Whereas when you look at the other side, you can see that, I hope you can see, that there is like a little flange there. There, now you can see it. So that little flange there, that's the male side. So we always have the male side this way, and then the next sheet, the female side will go over this, with the male side further out here, and so on. Always pays to just check that you're still running square. It's looking good. Well, got a fair bit more done today. It was a good working day. So I got most of that wall there done. Those last couple of panels, I think, are in another pack just over there, which I haven't opened yet. So I'll get to them later and we'll get those couple put on. But so now we've got all the top and all this side wall, bar that little bit, all done. My mate Neil came up, gave me a hand as well, and we got those girts along that end. We also did the girts down the other end as well. Let's go take a look around. So she's really taken shape now, which is just fantastic. And also, it means that there's a lot of protection in there from the rain now. So you can see on this end as well where we ran the 3 lines of girts. I also finished gluing on all of the vermiceal down the bottom there. This stuff works really well. Let me show you exactly how that's working now that we've got some tin on. So you can see how it sits in up against it like that, and nothing's going to get up through those little ripples. No water will get up, no animals will get up. It's really good. And the fact that it is also higher, there's the concrete level there. So you've got that little extra lip there too. So this stuff has been fantastic. Vermiceal it's called, from shedblog.com.au. Really good stuff. Now I do have to just put one more short panel, so I need to cut a panel and put it in just to finish up there, and the same with on the other top wall as well. So I'll cruise around here. I've got all those windows in there, they're nicely protected now, which is fantastic. And now down this end as well, which is all done. Yeah, so really happy with that we've got so much done, and I couldn't have done it like that without the help of Kay and a lot of friends. Everyone's been pitching in to help, so that's just been fantastic. Anyway, it's been a big day for me, so I think I'm going to go up, have a shower and have some dinner. Well, first day of summer. We're greeted with a hailstorm. Thankfully, it's only little hail. The Tas Weather Watch Facebook page, I think, has summed it up beautifully with this little post that they put up recently. Well, that's it for another episode, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you very much for watching. Until next week, you guys stay safe, take care. I'll catch you next Friday. Have a great one. Cheers.